Hi, welcome back to another episode of Bake and Make. I'm Angela Capeski. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Barbie doll cake with my buttercream icing recipe. Okay, what you'll need is 3 quantities of my white buttercream icing. So one of the quantities will be in the pure white and 2 quantities you'll need to colour in a light pink. I'll leave the link below in the description below for the video recipe on the buttercream icing. Now you need to bake 4 quantities of my vanilla cake recipe, and I'll leave the link below in the description as well. And these are a 7-inch round, so you need to bake 4 of those. Okay, I've got a 7-inch board here, and what we're going to do with this 7-inch board is we're going to place some of that buttercream on the board so we can stick the cake there. So just spread out some buttercream on the board, and we're going to start with 1 layer of the cake. So we'll just place that down so it sticks. And we'll take some more buttercream and we're just going to fill each layer as we go. So just spread some buttercream and go with the second layer, place that on. And same with the third layer, we'll fill that there. Place the third layer on. We'll just add some more buttercream there for the last filling. And just place the last piece on there. Okay, now I've got a Barbie doll here and I've taken the clothes off, and as you can see the height of the cake comes to around the waist section there. I've got 4 straws here, and we're going to use these straws to insert into the cake, and this is just going to give the cake an easier structure to work with so it doesn't slide around. So we'll just insert that first straw there, and we'll do the same with the other straws as well. So just place another one there, and we'll do the same with the other one as well. Just like that. Now I've got a sharp knife here. I'm using quite a thin knife, and we're going to cut out the hole in the centre, and this is where the Barbie doll's going to sit. So we'll just slowly do that all the way down to the bottom. We'll remove the cake there. We'll just take the Barbie doll, you can insert it there, just like that. Okay, now what you need to do is take a sharp knife, and we're going to start sculpting the top part of the cake there for the dress. So just work your way around, just removing off the edges there. And just keep shaving that off until you get a rounded edge around the side of the cake. I'm just using my hand there in the centre. And just work your way around until you get a rounded edge there. As you can see here, it's come quite round, so I'm just doing the finishing touches there. Okay, now you need to take your pink buttercream icing and you need to spread it all the way around. And do the same with the top part. Don't add too much icing here. Just do this around. We're going to remove the rest of it later with a scraper. And just like that. And take a scraper. If you don't have one of these, you can use just an ordinary knife. So just start from there and work your way all the way around, keeping it straight. Just push it back. And then just take a knife and you can remove the excess buttercream off the scraper there. And do the same with the top part as well. We're just removing that excess buttercream and creating an even surface to work with. And do the same with the top as well. Okay, now I've covered here a 10-inch round board with purple fondant, and I've placed a ribbon around the outside. You don't have to cover the board, you can just leave it in the ordinary colour of silver or gold. And I've got some royal icing here, and we're going to use this royal icing to stick the cake to the board. So we're just going to place it in the centre there and spread it out evenly in the centre. And we'll take a knife and we're just going to place that underneath the cake. And we'll just lift the cake up and transfer it over to our presentation board. Place it in the centre there. Okay, the Barbie doll here, I've purchased this and I've just put her hair up. I've tied it up in a little bun there so we don't get any buttercream icing through the hair. So just insert the Barbie all the way down to the bottom, just like that. Now using a knife, just place, make a little indent there in the centre and to either side. And just make a line down. This is going to be our little work section. Okay, you need a piping bag and a tip here, and I'm using a Wilton pedal tip. It's a 127D. You can see it there. Now you need to take your piping bag and we're just going to cut the end off there. And we're going to place the tip inside the bag, down through that hole there. Now we're going to take our white buttercream icing and we're going to place about half of it inside that piping bag there. So we'll just take 1 spoon and we're going to place that in the bag and then just push it down. Just like that. And we're just going to take our fingers and squeeze down the icing until it reaches the end there. And we'll just twist the top off there. Now you need to work with the thicker part of the tip down and the thin part towards you. So what we're going to do with this white buttercream icing is we're going to pipe the bottom layer of the dress there. So we're going to start from that line and work our way around. So just twist the top part of the bag there, and starting with the thick part of the tip at the bottom of the board, we're going to squeeze, gently squeeze the buttercream out of the tip there, as you can see. So we're going to squeeze it and we're going to go back and then lift up, pull back and lift up, and we're going to do this all the way around to the other side of the line. Don't push too hard, and then just in between clean your tip. I'm just using a towel here, so we'll just clean that off, as you can see. And we'll turn the board around again and we're going to start off the same way. So again, with the thick part of the tip facing downwards, we're going to start off there where we left off before, and we're going to squeeze it out and then just pull back and lift up, pull back and lift up. And this is what you need to do on each of the layers, as you can see there. And this is a close-up version, so again, so you're just going to pull back and lift up, and that's giving that frill effect on the dress. And there you need to finish at that line there, just like that. Okay, now we're going to start on the second layer of the frill. So again, with the piping bag and the tip in the same section, we're going to squeeze and lift up again. But you're going to go halfway, so as you can see you'll start halfway over that bottom frill, and that's going to give it that frill look. So just do this all the way around to that line at the front. And cleaning your tip in between as well. So as you can see there, just continue to do that and finish off at that line at the front. You can do a third row with the white icing. So again, pull back, lift up, don't push too hard, and make sure that you're giving, when you're doing this, that you're keeping it straight, so you've got a straight frill all the way around. So again, just going to pull that back, lift it up, and continue to do this around to the front of that line there. Okay, now you're going to take your pink icing from before with the same tip and fill it the same way in the piping bag. And we're going to do the same as we've done before with with the frills. So I'll just show you again. You need to twist the top of the bag, and working with that tip, the thick part of the tip facing downwards, and just tilt it slightly on an angle, and then halfway over that bottom white frill, and you're going to just start pushing the icing out. So you're going to pull back and lift back up again. And make sure to clean your tip in between. And do the same again. And just like that. So hopefully now that you've seen how I've done the 3 layers, it's going to come more easier for you to start piping this frill technique. So just continue that to the front of the line there. So just pulling back, lifting up, pulling back, lifting up, and just finish it off there. Just like that. And you need to continue to do this about halfway up. Now with that excess pink, obviously you've got left over, you can squeeze that back in the pot there. And now remove 2 scoops of that pink icing and set aside. Now what we're going to do with this pink icing, we're going to just make it into a brighter pink. So I've got some pink food colouring here. I'm using a paste. So just squeeze some of that food colouring in, and we're going to mix it to make it a much brighter pink. So just mix it around. Make sure you scrape down the edges as well. And then just continue to add a little bit more until you get a brighter pink. So just mix it around. Make sure you mix it through really well. Just like that. And we're going to use this on the next lot of frills. There you go. Now I need to fill this up, that pink icing, into another piping bag with a tip. And we're going to do the frills again, as you can see, and we're going to do the frills all the way up to the top part of the waist of the doll. So again, we're just going to pull back and lift up, cleaning a tip in between. And now you can see that we're starting to get that frill effect, obviously on the dress, and it's coming to a nice tone of white, light pink, and the dark pink there. So just continue to do this from one side of that line all the way around to the other side at the front. So again, just push it and pull down and then lift it up, pull back and lift it up, just like that there. Do that again, pull back, lift it up, pull back and lift it up until you reach that front line. Here we go. You need to continue to do this just like that. Just keep that on a slight angle as well, your tip, so the frills come outwards. Okay, you can see here that I've reached the top, and you're going to do the same with the top part. So again, just pull back, lift up, and same with the top part here. And now you need to angle the tip, obviously more on an angle here, and you're just going to fill that section up the front, sorry, on the top part with the same frill technique. So again, on an angle there, and just squeeze it out, pull it back, lift it up, pull it back and lift it up until you reach the front part there. Just like that. Here we go. Fill the last section there until you reach the waistline of the doll. And you reach the front part. Okay, now what I've got here is a small star tip. And you need to take your your pink buttercream icing that we set aside before and place it in a piping bag with that small star tip. And what we're going to do with this star tip, we're going to make the dress there for the body area. So what you need to do is you need to squeeze down and lift up. Squeeze down and lift up. And this is going to cover the chest area all the way down to the waist there. So just squeeze down, lift it up, bring it underneath the arms. And you need to fill this whole section up, just like that, as you can see, with those little stars. So just squeeze down, lift it up. Try to get them as even as possible. And you go all the way down to the bottom there, as you can see. And do the same with the back until you reach the bottom and you've covered the whole section there. Here we go. Now you can see that front area there. We're going to fill that up as well. So just squeezing down, lifting up again. Now with the same star tip, you're going to make some little flowers there at the edge of the dress. So just squeeze down on every second frill on both sides, all the way down to the bottom. And same on the other side as well. There you go. Okay, with the same star tip, we're going to do that bottom section there So starting from that side there, we're going to squeeze down and lift up, squeeze down and lift up, and do this all the way from that one side to the other. Just like that. Okay, now you need to take your white buttercream icing, and I've got a tip here, and it's just it's got a small hole at the front. We're going to use this to fill that that section there. I'll just turn that around. Now take that tip and we're going to fill that front section up. So we're just going to squeeze down, and these are going to create little round balls. So just get right in there and squeeze it and lift it back up. So you're squeezing and you're pulling back. So fill this up here. Same with the front there. And you're going to do it around as well. So I'm just doing that down on an angle so it comes into a V. Just like that. And do it around to the back as well. As you can see there. Now I'm going to make a little necklace up the top. So start from the center and again just push down and lift back. And bring it up and around to the back of the neck section. So just pushing down, lifting up. We'll just give it a nice little necklace look there. Okay, now what we're going to do with the same tip and the white buttercream icing, we're going to fill the front part of the dress. So again, we're going to make those little balls there. And you're just going to squeeze down, same as the necklace part. And then just lift up. And do this to fill the front section of that dress there, as you can see. It's quite time consuming, but once you get the technique down pat, it's going to be quite easy to do. So just continue to fill that up line by line until you reach the top. Okay, you can see here I've finished everything. Now we're going to fill in that front section there. So just squeeze down. You'll find that you've got a little gap there, just fill that up. Okay, now you need to take your pink tip from before with the small star tip and just create a few little decorations there around that white icing. Just like that all the way around. And go around the back as well. And there we go, it's all finished, our beautiful Barbie cake. Now this cake is all about the piping technique, so just continue to practice piping, and once you obviously master that piping technique, it's quite an easy cake to make. So thanks for watching the video, and I look forward to showing you another video again. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel and to connect with me on Facebook. And like I said, I'll leave the link to my buttercream icing recipe in the description below, and the same with my vanilla cake recipe. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again shortly. Bye bye.